What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineer Survival 2025. This is episode number 63, and last episode we had a grueling battle with this logistics facility right here. Not only was there this facility which was threatening to explode with a bunch of randomly placed mines all around this thing, or explosives, we also had a couple of railgun-enabled, artillery-enabled, crazy defending ships that were defending this thing, as well as a couple of little defense stations, which I don't think they're around anymore because I think I forgot to claim that. Oh, hang on. We have a trade station over there. Cool. Yeah, we had all those things kind of chilling out here, and we had to take them out before this thing exploded. Now, we didn't exactly do that, but I don't think any of the mines ended up going off because looking around at this, there's not a lot that's, other than like this area, there's not a lot that's damaged. So if an explosive went off, it would have been one right here, but none went off notably over here, which is where the, none went off over here, which is where our Prototech refinery is, and then none went off over where our Prototech thruster is. Do we still have our Prototech? It's possible I forgot to claim the Prototech thruster. Some people in the comments did say that I forgot to claim some blocks, so it is entirely possible that our Prototech thruster got smited, which is unfortunate if that is the case. We'll look around a second to see if it's here. I think it was right here though, wasn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, I'm thinking our Prototech thruster is no more. It's okay, though. This is an honest mistake on my part, and hey, you only do it a couple times before you don't do it anymore. We do have one of those thrusters anyway, so it's not a huge deal, but it is sad to see that thruster gone. Anyways, what we're going to be doing in this episode is we're going to be heading back to the Trade HQ, but before we do that, we want to mine down a bunch of this base, bring it on board the manta ray over there, which of course is a hauling ship since we converted it to be able to haul ice, and we're going to head back to the Trade HQ with everything that we can get. Now, we are going to, of course, bring back our Prototech refinery, and I think what I want to do is try and install this on the, well, we'll decide once we get back to the Trade HQ. We can either install it on the on the Solar Storm, or we can install it on the Trade HQ itself. I'm not sure which I want to do. Trade HQ would, of course, be safer, but yeah, what are you? Like a red signal here. There was a... I don't have my guns. Okay, hang on. Be right back. Just gotta grab something real quick. Don't go anywhere. I'm just gonna go. Yep, 1 second. Just gonna get like 10 of that. We should be good. No. Okay. Where? I'm hiding right here. Where are you? There you are. I hit one shot on it. I don't know how many of them there are. I can go turn on my turrets, of course. That's not a bad idea. Let's go ahead and hit this button right here. And they should... Yeah, they should take them out. Yeah, it looks like they are targeting them. There's one, and the other one I think was taken out. So there were two of them chilling around there. Oh my gosh, they must have been hiding from last episode. That's crazy. There's another one. We're not gonna hit him at this range. Let's just go over here and wait for him to come toward us. Come on, one of these shots is gonna hit. You know, I always say if you put enough shots down range, eventually one is gonna hit, but it seems like that's not the case here. And I'm noticing as well, here, let me take him out here. I'm noticing as well that it's taking a lot more shots from him and from me. Look at this, see? There we go, he's down, and I don't know why he's falling. Yeah, it seems like some of my settings have not transferred over, so I need to make sure that my settings are still the same. But I'll do that off camera. It's fine. I don't think we'll encounter very many little soldiers. Anyways, let's go ahead and grind out a little bit of this stuff. Bring it on board this right here, and we'll be good to go. By the way, this ship right here, unfortunately, you'll see when I go into the cockpit here, unfortunately has 4% hydrogen, which is really bad. I do kind of want to move it a little bit closer, but that will compromise a little bit of our hydrogen. What we can do is, boom, just like that, we can turn off our, hydrogens, because we do have a couple of ion thrusters, so we can use those to move. It's gonna be very slow, but that's gonna use our power instead of our hydrogen. So we can use that to get a little bit closer to the space here. Oh man, we really do slow down quite slowly. It's okay, that should put us pretty close to the base here, and we should be able to bring stuff aboard. So I wonder if there's any ice on here. Last episode I didn't see any, but it's entirely possible that I missed some. Let me go ahead and start taking back some of this stuff right here. I should be able to take all those, or most of this stuff right here. Unfortunately, we don't have a very easy way to do this. We don't have a a grinding ship with us. We don't have the grindista, so we're gonna have to do this manually. But it should be fine. For me, it'll be slow. For you guys, it'll be rather quick with the power of editing. All right, so this weapon right here, I would really like to repair this. What are you gonna require if I wanna repair you? Some construction components. I wonder if I can get that stuff from this warfare battery that is gone. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some stuff from here too. Some metal grid steel plates, some of that good stuff for sure. This is all light armor, but heavy armor have small panels, which we can surely use. All right, are we able to repair a little bit of you? Yeah, tiny bit. Where can I put this stuff easily? Probably in here. Perfect. Now, if I grab a little bit of this, on the other hand, I probably can build this all back up. Almost. I just need a couple computers, which I'm surely going to find probably in here, because this has a couple computers in it as well. There we go. That's another load of that stuff. And no, we're still missing some computers, oddly enough. So can I grab some from here? All I need is 2. So I'll go ahead and take those. And that should be you back up and running. So we have one more weapon back up, able to defend the manta ray from invaders. All right, there we go. Now let's go ahead and remove some of these light armor things as well. And this will be one of the 2 offshoots of this base. And again, there were more. One of them had the small Prototech thruster in it, which unfortunately got, we'll say it got stolen. We'll say it got stolen by some pirates or something. They came on by and they snatched it up. Why is there, this is here again. Hang on. Hang on now. What are you? What are you? You're a person. You were not here a second ago. And now you're not here again. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I think that was people that have come to attack me again. Full disclosure here, I did reload the game so that I could get my my settings back, because it seemed like those guys were way too difficult to kill, and so was I. So these guys should now pack a punch. Let's find out. What the heck? Ow. Yeah, I guess we won't be finding out. I guess the base will take care of them. Yeah, there goes one. They're spawning outside the thing. That's what's happening. Yep, they pack a punch. I do not know where he is, which is bad. I don't know where he is. Yeah, there he is. Oh, got him. Okay, man. Scary out here. All right, let's get in here. Now all the soldiers should be dealt with. We had to deal with a couple of robots, a couple of soldiers, but all our settings are back to normal and we should be good. Everyone's deadly again. All right, let's go ahead and get this stuff as well, because this had some really good stuff in it. Some gold ingots, some platinum, some nickel, some uranium, cobalt, gold, no, silver rather, and something else in there. Let's see, what was that? It had silicon as well. Okay, so that's really good stuff. Let's grab all of that. And then we have some stuff in here as well, maybe. Ooh, some extra platinum, a tiny bit of ice, which I'll be happy to take. And then there were some space credits in there as well. Now that ice probably won't even give us 1 extra % of our thrust on the manta ray, unfortunately, but we'll go ahead and take it because it will help out a little bit. There we go. We'll let that thing do its job. And then let's hop in here and grab the last few things in here. There's a little bit of silver. And we'll go ahead and grind that down so we don't forget that it's already been taken. We have another cargo container in here. Let's see if there's anything in here. Some of these I have not checked, so there could be more stuff on the base because I haven't checked the entire base. We kind of did like an exterior check, checking all the major cargo containers, and then kind of went from there. Let's grab the stuff from this cargo container as well. That is a battery, which is actually full, so we might be able to use that. But then this one right here, yeah, it's got some goodies in there, which I'll be happy to take. A couple of those, by the way, thruster components. Those are going to be really good. We can build up a couple of our ion thrusters with those. According to some people in the comments, by the way, this is one of the more deadly encounters, the logistics base. Apparently it's got a lot of people defending it, and it's a very scary one. So the manta ray was probably a little bit outmatched for that battle, but we managed to come out on top with a little bit of taking it slow. And I think we got a little bit lucky with the bombs not exploding all around the thing as well. All right, we just have a casual battery sitting there. Sure, we'll find a use for it. Or maybe it'll just stay sitting there. But let's continue going inside this thing and checking out some of the stuff. Kind of break down some of these as well. These are actually gonna fill up our inventory very quickly, I think. What's in here? We have a little passage. Another passage right there. There's an unknown signal spawning over there. It'd be really lucky if we were able to find some grain from here. Actually, I should check the entire base to see if there's any grain on board this base, because there could be. I don't know. It could spawn on this, you know, logistics. Grain is a logistic item, I think. So maybe there's grain. Let's do a check. Let's find a cargo container and see if there's any grain in the entire base. You're a sci-fi control panel. We can smite you. You know what there definitely is bulletproof glass, which is going to be really nice because we're so low on bulletproof glass back at the main area. So this bulletproof glass that we're getting from these windows and stuff is going to be so nice to have. What happened here? What became of you? Here, let me try and fix up a little bit of this stuff while we're here. And maybe if I'm lucky, we can get this second railgun up and running as well, because we haven't had that since we crashed it off the last episode. Let's go ahead and try and build that up, see if we have all the stuff. We did get a bunch of superconductors from this base, so it's entirely possible that we got enough. It's also entirely possible that we did not get enough and almost got enough, which I think is probably more likely. But let's see. Couple more trips here. Yeah, we don't have enough. We need a couple more power cells. We need a couple more superconductors. Okay, that's unfortunate, but c'est la vie. Putting a little bit of heavy armor in the front right here because I feel like this is a high damage area and I'd like to maybe take a little bit of that damage from there. So let me do the same right here. So this, and in fact, this also. We're gonna make these heavy armors. No, I don't want to respawn, please. One right there, one right there. I'm gonna bring this forward also, and then this is gonna turn into just a halfway block, and all that's gonna be heavy armor right there. And then you right there are gonna turn into just a light block, which is what your other side is. Just a little light block right there. Perfect. Let's get all this stuff built up. So right-click that, and then right-click a couple of these, and let's get it. There we go. A couple of our heavy armor blocks being built up right here. Very nice. That should come in handy with defending things. All right, there we go. There is our new front of this ship, which should be able to take a little bit more damage than the old one was able to. All right, let's continue getting the stuff from here. Now we can't put it in there anymore, but I can still put it in right here, which is where I'm going to do. What are you? Rotor parts. Okay. I love how they did this, by the way. What are these? Neon tubes end, and they're kind of, oh, they're on a rotor. That's how they did that. Oh, that's so cool. The builders in this, I don't know who the builder of this scenario was. It was maybe one of the developers, or maybe the developer got one of the really good builders in the community to do it, but it's all so good. Y'all outdone yourself this time. I love it. I'm gonna mine it. I'm gonna grind it, but I love it. All right, here's a cargo container. Let's go ahead and see what this thing has in. We'll hide empty. Yeah, so it does have a little bit of ice in this O2H2 generator, but not a lot more. We're not finding any grain. Now, what I could do is I could check out this unknown signal right here to see if there's any grain there. And with some luck, maybe we'll find a single grain seed. That's all I need. Just a single grain. I'll be praying for a little grain. Come on, give me a little grain. I learned my lesson not to be too eager for grain. Grain can be dangerous. All right, my friend, do you? No, we're not doing that. Let's just go ahead and lock onto that, and then just a little bit of this. No. Okay, perfect. Button, do you have any goodies? Yeah, a cow drill. Very nice. And let's turn on our light here so we can see. What about you? No, we don't have any grain. All right, no worries. We'll go ahead and take what we can from this thing, and we'll head on back.
Inventory full.
Well, there go all of our buffs. It's gonna make grinding things a little bit slower. Oh well, it doesn't actually make it that much slower. But anyway, let's get in here, see if we can find anything that we really want, like some of this glass. The glass is the big one. And then this I want to get rid of because this is causing some crazy stuff. Are you full, by the way? No, you're not a hydrogen tank. It looked like a hydrogen tank from the angle. I wonder if there is a hydrogen. Really? How did that? Well, I guess I learned my lesson again. Anyway, what I was saying is I wonder if there is perhaps a thing on here, a hydrogen. There are small oxygen tanks, but it looks like there's no hydrogen tank on here. Okay, no worries. A little bit of money though, happily take that. Anti-radiation medkit, it's a rarity, so I'm happy to have it. Ooh, here we go. So this is where those were. If I'm being honest, there's no way that I'm gonna get this entire base, and I found the O2H generator as well. There's no way I'm gonna get the entire base of this thing. So probably what's best to do is just find anything that I want and then get that stuff, and then we'll head out. With the refinery, of course. Like all this ice, I'm just gonna say thank you very much for that stuff. Ooh, very nice. We have these in here. I forgot that those were chilling there. And I think we probably have some in here as well. Yeah, a couple missiles, very nice. Happily take that stuff. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna need my weapon in here anymore. So let me just go ahead and put all this stuff back in here. This stuff as well. You. Yeah, I doubt anyone's gonna come and attack me randomly again. Couple Willis ducks over there. Can I get a little bit of ammo from you? Probably. Ooh, very nice. Got our airlock mechanism right there. Ooh, now there's something I don't want to leave behind. A gravity generator. That's gonna be a good thing. I'm gonna remove a couple of these steel plate blocks that I can use. And then if I really want to fill up my inventory, these ladders will do it. These ladders are so heavy. And the gravity generator. It's gonna take a couple trips this one, I think.
Full.
But it's gonna be worth it because those gravity components are worth a lot at a trade station. Speaking of which, there's one nearby. Maybe we'll visit it to see if it's got some grain, because we still have not found grain. That's like the one thing that we need. We probably have a little bit more hydrogen at this point. I haven't checked, but we did put that 6.5K ice that we found on this grid here inside the ship, so that's probably done a little bit. And I think I've almost got everything that I want, other than the refinery, of course, which we're gonna have to grab. I don't know how much the the pirates stole in between episodes, but I know they stole that Prototech thruster, and they stole probably a couple of components that were with it. So that's unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? All right, this. So what we're gonna do for this is we're gonna create a merge block, and we're gonna toss that right on the top right here. So merge block is gonna go up like so, and then on the ship here, we're gonna create a second merge block, which is gonna go right here like so. Like so. All right, so there's one of our merge blocks right there, and let's go get our other merge block down over here. Now, in order to make this work, I need some steel plates. In order to make this work, I'm gonna have to clear enough room for the ship to get in, which means I'm probably gonna have to clear out that stuff up there. Or I'll have to like separate it and then yeet it away. There we go. Now it's at least separated. I don't know if it's powered. I don't know if there's any battery power on this. Yeeting it away will be a little bit trickier. Let me think. Oh, I know how I could do it. Here, let's do it this way. All right, we're gonna place down a hinge like this. Perfect. And then with this, we're going to give it a velocity of some kind. Okay, this is fine. And then we're gonna get a bunch of steel plates from somewhere, maybe like right here. And we're gonna plop them on here. So steel plates, in fact, you know what? Just make this simple. We can probably put them like this. A bunch of steel plates like that. And then, maybe I'll build up a couple of them, why not? All right, that should be enough. Let's make sure this thing has a lot of torque, so just bump that all the way up. And then let's give this a velocity of, I don't know, I guess just reverse it. Maybe like bring it down like this. Boom. There it goes. Eventually it'll be caught by some planet's gravity. It'll come down as a meteor or a space junk or something. But regardless, this is now clear, and we can now get in here and connect to that thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go on board the ship here. Where's that battery that we left? I want to make sure we don't run into it. Right there. Okay. As long as we don't run into that, we should be good. All right, back in the seat here, we're gonna press number 7. We're now at 5% hydrogen instead of what we were before, which was 4. Let's go ahead and turn. And then we're gonna use a tiny bit of that hydrogen, little by little. Actually gonna turn our dampeners off for this. We're gonna get ourselves in position here. We'll give ourselves a little bit of speed going this way. And let's get lined up. All right, that's pretty good. Dampeners back on. Let's go ahead and, oh yeah, we're gonna bump some stuff. Let's go ahead and turn ourselves up like this. And we're gonna get ourselves in position to line up with that. All right, dampeners off. Let's go ahead and go sideways a little bit. We need to line up with that thing right there. We're just gonna wait. It's kind of like a claw game. You just wait until you're in the right area, then you hit your dampeners, and then you work with the other angle as well. So here we are almost there. And we are, in just a second, we are good right there. Okay, now let's turn our dampeners off again. Let's go down so we can connect this way. Again, like a claw game, just wait until we're just about above it, and then we'll turn our dampeners back on again. And that should be good right there. Perfect. And finally, the last move here, let's go ahead and go backwards. Before we hit it, we're gonna turn our dampeners back on once again. There we go, and let's go ahead and inspect. How are we doing? All right, well, our technique managed to land us about there. We need to be over here. Let's go ahead and clear out this area a little bit as well so that this delicate operation is not as delicate. It's also not that good that this is moving currently. All right, because this is moving, this makes this a little trickier, but not impossible. We're going to have to match the grid speed. Unfortunately, that does mean we have to look at the grid. There we go. Our dampeners are now auto, and now we can kind of get in position again. So let's do the same thing, and let's maneuver in position. This time our dampeners are on because we have to stay with it. So we're going to use a little bit more hydrogen. We're pretty much there. It's just a little bit difficult to see because it's so dark, but I think that's pretty much there. You see the connection right there? We need to go sideways a little bit and then back maybe. But look how close it is. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Please tell me it's not about to go flying away. Oh, this makes it so much harder. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Angle down and back. Come on. Down, down, down. This is tricky. I'm not sure what the red thing is. Sometimes it's blinking red. Yeah, it's saying it doesn't like that. It doesn't like the angle or something. Some blocks would occupy the same space after the merge. Hang on. It's saying that it doesn't like that this stuff exists. So let me remove this stuff. There we go. I think that did it. Yeah, I think that successfully merged it. Okay, we had to remove a couple blocks there, but it did merge it. Unfortunately, while it was trying to merge, it was also speeding up the entire grid the entire time, and now we have 2% hydrogen, which is not great. So yeah, that's not good. But we have this thing that we wanted, which is good, and that's pretty much all we wanted from this grid, actually. We can try and get a couple more things if we want them, but I think with this, we're pretty much set to return home. Because that's the major thing we wanted. Maybe I'll get a couple more things, but yeah, okay. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with what I have. So let's go ahead and disconnect this from the main grid here so that we only have the Prototech refinery there. Let's make sure that none of this stuff is interfering, and we should be good to go. So I don't need any of the stuff that's on this base right here. We can now only continue with this. Let's go ahead and turn off some of the lights as well, so it remains dark. I guess it's gonna get pulled into the Titan gravity right there. Let's hop inside this thing with only 2% gravity. I had a fun comment that said, you don't need hydrogen when you have jump drives, and you're absolutely right. We do need a little hydrogen maybe to get away from the base here, but once we do, we're pretty much set. What is that? Oh, that's that little segment that we removed. Okay, so what we can do is we can turn ourselves toward the base here, and we can jump. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Goodbye, logistics facility. You were fun to take on, but we have to go. So jump drive. Let's make sure this thing is set to 100%, which is 2,000 kilometers. Perfect. It's going to take 2 jumps to get there, but we can at least start our first one right here. So let's go ahead and hit that button, and we're ready to go. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. I hope not, because we're not going to come back. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Gotta blast. All right, that's our first jump, and we just need one more to get back to our trade HQ. Let's wait for our jump drive to get back to full. All right, while we wait for our jump drive to charge, I've been doing a little bit of renovation to the front here because I want to kind of change how we have this working. I moved the ion thrusters up there, so I think that's a pretty good permanent fixture for them, but I'd like to get a better... What do you mean by that? I don't even know where that is. Okay, but I'd like to get a better cockpit in here because when I go in first person, I'd like to be able to actually see some stuff. And so maybe I raise this up by 1 block so that the cockpit is up here. That might help a little bit more so we could see a little bit below this as well. We could keep these heavy armors. That wouldn't be a bad thing. And then move this up a little bit. So if I take that out, take this out, and then take you out and take you out. Whoa, hang on. You're giving me... Grid will split if removed, so something is on top of that. Ah, yes, that's that. Okay, so I don't want to remove that block. But what if I remove these? Put a heavy armor block in right there. Let's go ahead and right-click that, grab all the stuff. I wish we had a connection in here, actually, that we could use. And then I could put the seat right here. So I'll put a heavy armor block right here. Yeah, right there, heavy armor, heavy armor, heavy armor, essentially. So the idea here is that I don't want to be able to, you know, be shot at very easily, because this got shot out. And I was afraid by that. That frightened me a little bit. So we're gonna renovate this front area. And ideally I'd like to have a second cockpit as well, just in case the worst case scenario happens and I don't have a cockpit at all. So I'd like to have a backup cockpit. All right, there we go. Perfect. And so what I can do as well is I can probably remove these. And I think it'd be really nice to have a cargo container in here so I don't have to go all the way around everywhere all the time. So I think I'm gonna remove this gyro and instead put it somewhere else. I don't know where exactly. Actually, we can move it just back in there if we want to. There we go. So we'll put the gyro back 1 block right there. And then same on this one right here. I would love to get Prototech gyros in this thing instead, because they would fit a lot nicer right there, but it's fine. The gyros we have are gonna be okay.
Energy low.
Stick that right there, and let's go ahead and replace this. All right, very good. And now what I wanna do is I would like to get a cargo container up here. So we're gonna get a curved one, put it right there. Go ahead and right click that and get this built up. Perfect, and then we're gonna build a normal cargo container right here. There we go. So now not only does the ship have a little more cargo, but now we actually have the ability to grab stuff from here. Right here, maybe we stick another battery. It wouldn't be a bad idea. I don't know that we have enough stuff. We are kind of running out of power. We have 19 hours because our thing's charged, but while it was charging, we only had a few, like a little bit of power left. It was dangerous. Maybe these bridge blocks actually would look pretty good for this. Because I could put one right there, and then I could put like, I don't know, I'd probably put like a bridge button panel or something right here. All right, I think I do like this. Having a bridge helm right here, this will be our main cockpit, and then if we get into a battle, we've got that cockpit down there that we can go back to, and that'll be the more secure one kind of behind this heavy armor right here. So I kind of like this. I think this is good. And then we have a little bit of area. We have like a little cargo area down there, and then we'll kind of find a way to, you know, do something with that. We can stick one of these right here. That's pretty good. And then right here we'll put a little corridor or something. All right, here's what I came up with. It's a little different. I mean, it's kind of, maybe it's a little bit similar. I don't know. But yeah, it's got a lot of the same thing. We have a lot of heavy armor here, but a lot of it doesn't have metal grids. Once we get to the trade HQ though, I expect that the build and repair stuff will go through and add a couple of things. This might not be pressurized, actually. I'm just looking at this. It might not be, and I don't know if there's an easy way for me to do anything about that unless I add a wall there, which I'm pretty sure there might be some of these that have walls. Let me go inside and check. Yeah, so this is how you'd come around, and then this, I believe, you'd close that, and let's see if it's pressurized. Don't think it is, probably because of that little gap. So, do we have a helm that has a wall like that? No, I think we might be out of luck unless we use one of, like, we can't use these because we can't fit it in there.
Energy
So we might be a little bit out of luck with using these right here. But the other thing we could do is we could use the same helm, but use the corner one. There we go. You can still very easily get up there, and then you have this sort of area right here. And there we go. It's now pressurizable. So on the outside, it should still look good.
Energy critical.
Let's get our energy real quick. Luckily, we have one of these right here. All right, so on the outside, it doesn't look bad. I think we could probably make it look a little bit better, though, with some of the other blocks. Okay, I was just chilling here working on the ship a little bit, and this little observer drone right here randomly appeared, and it started talking. It said, scanning, processing, error, I see. I think it's just looking. It doesn't have any weapons, does it? No, it doesn't look like it. It's literally just an observer drone. It's just looking. All right, understandable. Well, we're gonna be out of your hair in a second because we're about to teleport back to, or jump back to the trade HQ. So you're gonna have no one to observe pretty soon. Yeah, I was just working on this a little bit, trying to do a little bit of the body work as well as fix up a couple things. Like we put in another decoy on this side over here. But yeah, I think we're about ready. Maybe let me fix this up a little bit and then we'll jump over to the trade HQ. All right, we're able to build up this entire offset door, and I think with that, we should be pressurized again. I don't know if there's still stuff missing, but with that, let's see. Are we pressurized? How peculiar. Yeah, I know, we're very peculiar. Just a little manta ray floating around. No, we're not pressurized. What if I close this door? Are we pressurized now? Yes, okay, so if I close that door, we are pressurized. That means something in here. Yep, that would be that. Okay, let me build that up. I think we only have the steel plates for it, probably not the metal grids, but that should... No, actually we can't build it all the way up without the metal grids. All right, I guess we'll remain unpressurized until we get back to our base, because yeah. Okay, no worries. Well, let's go ahead and head back to our trade HQ. We're gonna jump, we only have 2% hydrogen, good Lord. Okay, we're gonna jump most of the way there then. 1275, 1275. Let's get this perfect if we can. 1271 I'd rather than 1276. So let's go 1271, make sure our camera is pointed directly at it. I'm not sure which crosshair to look at for this, so I'm just gonna use somewhere in the middle and it should be pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and hit our jump button. Yep, it looks like we should be good. 1271, perfect. All right, we should be good. Let's make sure that this stays aimed directly in the center and we should be good to go. All right, back to the trade HQ we go. Here we are. All right, what do we have? We have a lot of space pirates here. What is that? That's another space pirate down there. Okay, how far are we from our trade HQ? Yeah, we're not that far from it. Although, wait, independent contractor, new trade HQ. What? Why is there, wait, what is that? Wait, that's not the, what is that? Wait, what am I looking at? There's ships everywhere. That's a ship that I added, but what are you and what are you? Okay, that is the trade HQ, because that's definitely the back of the trade HQ with all those weapons right there. But the solar storm should be over there, and I think that is the solar storm, but then I have no clue what kind of ship this is right here. And there's definitely some other ship right there also. And then this pink, oh no, okay, the pink thing is the ship that we were destroying with the solar storm's nanobots. Okay, that's what that is, but what are you? I have no clue what that is. I think what I want to do is try and approach this from this side then. We only have 2% hydrogen, which is not enough hydrogen to do a lot. And we are cargoing precious cargo in the back here, of course, with the this thing right there. So we need to be very cautious about this. I'm very worried at this moment. Oh, I fired my railgun. Whoops. Sorry. It's okay, the railgun doesn't go that far. Okay, we want to approach from that side. We want to get a better angle of what's going on with our trade HQ because it says independent contractor, new trade HQ, and I don't like that. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to jump this way once our jump drive is ready, which should be very soon here because it's charging up pretty quickly. And I'm going to only jump probably 10 kilometers so that we get a better view from the other side. Although, wait, hang on, we can't do that because our power is 1 minute from being, hang on, okay, jump drive. We need to turn you off because we're completely out of power if we don't. We have 2 minutes of power. That's really bad. We're almost dead in the water. Let me eat one of these for good luck. Okay, well, let's go ahead and turn off our, oh, I don't want to use my, yeah, I could use a little bit of power. This is really bad. We might have to actually go in on foot because there's not much, well, we have 3 hours of power here. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of speed this way. Yeah, so it looks like we do actually have some power if we're not using up all of our power via the jump drive charging. So that was using up all of our power. But let's go ahead and send ourselves this way. I want to try and get a better view of this thing. And we also need to pay attention to our oxygen because it's getting low. Wow, oh my gosh, we have a lot happening at once. Okay, let's keep going this way here. Give ourselves a speed, and we're only using our ion thrusters here so we don't use the 2% hydrogen that we have left. But let's get a good view of this because it could be that someone came and took over our trade HQ. That's kind of what it looks like with the independent contractor new trade HQ being set there. And then also that ship just kind of chilling there. All right, well, we got our speed going that way. We need to address the oxygen here. So let me go ahead and grab some of that. And then while we're here also, let me go into the O2 H2s and make sure that we refill our oxygen and our hydrogen here. We can't. Okay, let me go into my oxygen tanks then. There we go, this should work. Refill that guy. Nope, I think our tanks are not on refill. There we go, auto refill. I wish this defaulted to auto refill because it just makes sense to auto refill stuff when you can. Okay, let me make sure I have a gun in my inventory as well, just in case, because we might get into combat here. I'm really hoping we don't, but I feel like that's what's about to happen here. Let's go ahead and take a look while we're going at a different angle here. I want to see what we're dealing with. So that right there is a fake ship. That's a ship that I created to make it look like there was a ship here. But that is definitely a real ship of some kind, and it almost resembles, I wanted to say it almost resembles the solar storm, but it doesn't really. It looks like it's got some thrusters on the bottom there. I mean, it could just be a visitor, right? It could just be a visit. Wait, where's the, hang on, the solar storm's supposed to be right there. Hey, where did our solar storm go? Okay, we do have an enemy ship right there. That is an enemy ship confirmed because it's giving me the enemy lock right there. I'm just trying to get a better view of what's going on right here. I could lock it, but if I, oh, good Lord. Okay, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Okay, well, dampener's on. We're gonna turn back on. We really don't have a lot of hydrogen on this thing. That's really bad. Okay, well, we're gonna lock this guy, and we're gonna start. We don't have a lot of ammo. We're gonna do it. Lock it on. And let's do this. Okay, railgun 1. We only have 1 railgun, so let's go ahead and fire. Oh, that's a miss right there. We need to be, we basically need to just chill because our hydrogen is 2%. So we have to take the brunt of any attack that it faces at us. And then these guys right here, I don't know what we're gonna do about those. Worst case, we can always retreat back to the base there. These are sort of like kind of staying out of view. We don't have any assault cannon ammo, so we can't really target them at long range like that. Oh, good lord. I can't even charge up my railguns because we're gonna run out of power. So I gotta turn off my railguns, otherwise it's gonna kill us. So railgun off for now. The only, what was that? Wait, hang on, what was that? It just took damage from something. Is the base Wait, is the base firing at it? I would absolutely love that if the base was firing at it. No, I think it's firing at itself. I think it's hitting something on itself. We're almost dead in the water here. Unless I can build like I don't know, like a reactor. Let's see, can we build like a tiny reactor on this thing? I don't know if we have the stuff for it, but let's try. Yeah, we're gonna require metal grids. Okay, let me come over here. Let me remove a little bit of this then, so we can grab the metal grids from it. And that thing luckily is not attacking us too crazily. Do we have any uranium? We have 10 uranium. Okay, the 10 uranium is going to refill our batteries. That's the only way we can do this. How are we looking right here? I think this thing is kind of still very slowly moving up on us. And it's trying to fire at us, but it's, ah! Never mind, it found the ability. Okay, dodge, dodge, dodge. We need to get a little bit closer then. That's the only way we can do this because we need to get our other guns involved. Good lord. Okay, we're moving closer, but there's not a lot I can do here. We're in big trouble. I think we're out of hydrogen at this point, but our weapons are able to fire, and that's good. I think we might have to say goodbye to the manta ray, and we might have to go on board on this thing and like attack it. Oh god, it's like firing things. What is that? I don't know what that is. Some sort of decoy. Okay, we have no ability to do anything on this ship, so we need to hop off board this thing, and we need to engage this, you know, mano a mano. Okay, we need to try and get on board that ship right there. Ow. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. This is the only way we can do this. Okay, move close, move close, move close. Control Z, so we're locked on. This is the only thing we can do. We have no other ability here. If we're not able to do this, the manta ray is basically lost. I'm looking for like an interior of some sort here. There's a pipe works. Hey. Oh, hi, hi, hi. Okay, here's what we're gonna do then. Let's take this out. Ow. Oh, they're soldiers. They're soldiers. That's what that is. I don't have any med kits either. Woo. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay, this is very scary, guys. I can put up a couple blocks here as like defense. I think I have enough stuff to do that. And then maybe move in this way. I'm looking for an entrance.
Inventory full. Inventory.
Oh, block, block. We have 9 HP.
Health critical.
There's nothing else I can do other than this, maybe. At least we're safe in here. Our health should respawn a little bit.
Inventory full.
Guys, I'm scared. Help. I have 20 HP. What I can do...
Inventory full.
I'm gonna build this up. Let me build this up. Let me grab that, then build that one up. Or actually, here's a better idea. Let me put a heavy armor one there so I get rid of a bunch of stuff. Here we go. I'm hoping this cargo container has something that I can use, because what I really need is a med kit or something. Let's hop in here.
Inventory full.
Let's see what we got. Nothing in here. That is the Pride of Idalion. Okay, this is the Pride of Idalion. Well, the Pride of Idalion is going to cause me a lot of problems here. It's firing. Okay. I was able to block that. I think they're right, oh, good Lord, they're right there. Block that as well. This is the only thing I can do. Anything in here? There's nothing in here. Okay.
Inventory full.
I'm pre-firing. I'm pre-firing. Yeah, I knew it was coming. It looks like something is shooting at us, which is really good. We have the independent contractor Thunderhog there. I think that's on this side, but I can only hope that some of our ships are still alive because I really don't know what is and what isn't. Okay. Oh! Okay, weapon out. Let's take that down. And then let's get this taken down as well. This is a spawner right here. This is what's spawning those soldiers. Do you have anything for me? I'm really hoping for like a med kit or something, but we're not able to find one. Can I give you some of this stuff, please? Yes, okay. That's ammo for us. Let's move forward. Okay, I'm not sure why this stuff is still red. I disabled the mod to try and get it to not be red anymore, but we gotta keep moving because things are getting destroyed. So let's move down here. Flashlight on. It's already on. Okay, cool. Are there any turrets down here? No, it doesn't look like it. Just beds. All right, this is a way somewhere. Let's move up this way. And let's try and move through here. Was this the other way? No, oh shoot, that goes out. Oh, good Lord. Okay, that's a turret. Number 9. Get my weapon out. I really don't want to mess with that. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna go in this way then. The weapons have stopped, which scares me. How are we looking here? Oh, hang on. I hear someone reloading. Back up. Weapon out. Where are you? I know you're here. I just reloaded. With only 30 HP, we can only take a couple shots. That's what I'm worried about right there, is that turret.
Energy low.
He's probably right here. No, he's not. Could be down here also. But we'd hear that door open if he were down there. They're all around us. They're everywhere. I think this stuff is gonna stay lit up until I unlight it because I disabled the mod, so there's nothing to disable it again. So once I unlight it like that, grind it down a little bit. Rob the ship captain. New orders received. Perform wide area scan and engage any hostiles. Okay, well, I'm a hostile for you, I think. What do you have in you? There goes a survival kit right there. There goes a bed. Let's take our weapon out because we don't know what's around this corner. Oh, okay, just a little thing. Nothing in there, unfortunately, for us, but that's okay. All right, the only other ways to go are going to be down, I believe. So we at least cleared this area. There's nothing here that'll mess us up other than that right there, which is looking at us. We just need to be careful and recognize that it is there. Okay, well, that's a different mod. This is the crew-enabled mod right here, causing crew to be spawned on here. If I shoot something, I believe... No, if I grind something, maybe. No? Okay, well, they're chill, I guess. All right, well, let's move in here. Oh, shoot. Keep firing, keep firing, keep firing, keep firing. Oh, God. I don't know what shot me, but we're going to find out where we're allowed to respawn in a second.
Low health.
Where are we? No, okay, we're still on the manta ray, so the manta ray is still fine. But the trade HQ is 20 kilometers away, so the manta ray is flying away. Which is probably good for the manta ray, to be honest. Excuse me, I need to get past you somehow. I don't have any tools or anything. Okay, well, let me grab a tool. You're a timer. I don't want to destroy a timer. I don't want to destroy you either. I don't want to destroy any of this. All right, what is the state of my beautiful ship? Oh, it's seen better days. Oh my God. Okay, can we at least stop it? I think that's probably what we want to do first. We don't have any food, so we can't do anything really. But let's go ahead and turn this. We don't have any hydrogen. I don't know if there's a way to stop this. Wait, we do have a little bit of hydrogen. Hang on. Is it able to slow down? Yeah, it had a tiny bit of hydrogen in there. So we're able to at least slow down. I don't know if we'll be able to come to a complete stop though. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Maybe we're using our, no, we don't have our normal thrusters available anymore. We ran out of stuff. Okay. Well, let's see if we have then any of our other thrusters available. Yeah, okay, we have our ion thrusters available. So we can at least come to a stop. That's what we can do. All right, the ship is basically stopped. It took a second to do that. Do we have any food on board? No, we don't. That's a problem. Okay, we can hope that there's some food inside this unknown signal over here. So let's go ahead and check it out and see if maybe there is something. That's really, because otherwise we're gonna be in trouble. We have only 15 food and no way to make food at the moment. I guess we can put an algae farm on the manta ray. Let's check this. What do you have in you? Oh, medkits. That's actually really good. I would have loved those a second ago. Let's check this. Maybe we can get a constellation. Nope. Okay. Never mind. All right, let's go back to the manta ray here and let's see what we can do. There's not a lot. What we could do, we don't have anything to build a battery. Well, the manta ray actually, you know what? The manta ray does have, yeah, the manta ray has an assembler, I believe. So we technically do have the technology here. We don't have the technology to manifest ice, but we have the technology to do whatever else we need. So let's do this. Let's remove you. I don't know what was behind you. Nothing, I guess. Okay, we're gonna remove you. And what are you? You're a hydrogen tank. I'm looking for a place to put a food thing. Oh, we can put a food processor up here. Food processor. Let's see if we can fit one in here somewhere. Gonna be a little bit weird. All right, building up a food processor right here. That's gonna help us make food, but we're gonna need algae before we can make kelp crisp. So we need to get one of those up real quick as well. So on the top of this, let's get an algae farm. Algae like that. And we'll use our half algae farm. What does it require? We should have everything that we need for this. So let's move out here and let's get our algae farms built up. So we're gonna want one, I don't know. Where my light? Is it on already? Why does my flashlight not work? I guess my flashlight doesn't work. Okay, we're gonna put these somewhere. Hopefully that didn't get destroyed, by the way. No, actually, it didn't get destroyed. It got a little damaged maybe, but not destroyed. Our jump drive got destroyed though. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. Let's do this. This is gonna be fun. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. We're gonna put a couple of these right here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3 like that. And then on those are gonna be our things like this. You know, it probably would have helped me out actually if I remembered that we had the assembler and then built some some assault cannon shells. That would have been a good idea. Also, I don't suppose we have a better welder in here. That would help as well. We actually do have a better grinder, so we can take that. We don't have a level 3 welder, but we do have a level 2 welder, which I'll happily take. All right, we're all charged up again. We're all powered up. Level 2 stuff. Actually, what would be better is if I did this. Look at this. I'm finally starting to starve, and I'm worried about semantics, trying to get this to look nice. That's really the last thing I should be worried about. Anyway, let's get one of these in here. Boom. We'll get one of these in here with the. Maybe I'll just use a normal conveyor like that and a normal conveyor like that. Let's just get them built up because we really need algae. I'm gonna run out of oxygen too. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's get those built. Okay, there's number 1. Here is number 2. And we're gonna need to turn this to face the sun as well so it starts getting some good stuff. And then number 3 is right here. Let's get that built up and then we'll go face the sun. Really does take a second. How are you guys doing though? 1 bar, okay. Once we face the sun, which is in that way direction, we should be able to get all 4 bars. All right, let's go ahead and close that. For now, I'm gonna close this as well, even though I don't know if that will be getting full pressurization in here at the moment, but at least we can face the sun. Go, we should be getting 4 bars, kind of. Getting 3, it's pretty good. There we go, we're getting 4 on some of them. There we go, there's 4. All right, let's worry about oxygen real quick. So in here, we should have some oxygen still on the base, we do. And then let's see if we get algae. I don't know how long it's gonna take. It might take a couple minutes and we might start starving, but we do have a med bay right here. You, I'd like to move as well. You're kind of our only source of power, but we're gonna move you because I don't like your current position. So we're gonna put you, maybe, it would make sense to put it like right here. All right, we're replacing our reactor over here because this makes a little bit more sense. So we'll have it be right there. It's gonna pull all of the uranium out of the base. Let's go ahead and right click that, make sure we have everything. We still can't run because we're running low on food, but we should have some algae being built or being farmed, I guess, very soon. So over here, let's go to our algae. Still no algae, bad. And it requires 4. Oh, so we need to wait for 2 algae to be made. Oh no, 56 seconds. Oh man, okay, we're gonna starve. We're gonna starve, everybody. Removing this. Afraid we're a little bit stranded. Oh man, if only we had an ice planet near us. We do have the, we have parachutes that are fully loaded. So if we had an ice planet near us, we could actually go and take off, or like and land on one, but we don't. We have the Earth planet over there, but that's really far away. We would only be able to get there with a jump drive. I don't think, yeah, we have other stuff over there. We're stranded. We're in the middle of space and we're stranded. No hydrogen on board, no ice, as far as I'm aware of. No ice. Oh man, oh, what do we do? We're stranded, everybody. Let's feed ourselves a little bit. Let's see if that algae got made yet. Okay, we have one algae from each, so we need to wait for another tick to get our first kelp crisps, which means we might start starving a little bit, but it's okay. There's nothing else we can really do. What do we need on this base? We have an O2H2 generator. I'm trying to remove a couple of these because just, you know, we're not pressurized, so might as well remove a couple of these so we can at least see what we're dealing with. We have a conveyor here that could be replaced. All these conveyors could be replaced with something that acts as a conveyor, just like an air vent like this. And in fact, we could even remove these hallways if we wanted to replace them with something else. Yeah, you're broken. Oh, you're not connected either. I guess I could at least get a couple of these connections fixed up while I'm here. We probably have that stuff inside our ship. And I could get these repaired, but there's really no sense in doing so while we don't have anything. Right here, could put a couple of ion thrusters. Let's see, I'm thinking maybe a couple ion, oh, or we could like duplicate where these are and put ions above them or something. What are you? You're a warfare battery. I don't want to remove you, but I'll happily put a couple ions. Okay, we don't have enough for all these, but we can put at least 2 ion thrusters right here. Yeah, we're starting to take a little bit of damage, unfortunately, from the, from something, actually. That's not from food, is it? No, it is from food, I think. Okay, we got an ion thruster in there. Let's go back inside if we can remember how to get back in. I think this way. And then we can use this thing right here to replenish us. And then we should have the algae available. I'm not sure. We're unfortunately gonna tick down a lot here. Yeah, the algae is not available, so we really need to sit by this thing here until our algae is available. And hopefully it doesn't tick down faster than we can heal. I don't think it will. I think we should be good. We'll go ahead and build up one of these things right here. Very good, so that's gonna be our connection there. Go ahead and replenish again here. Don't know if it starts ticking down faster or not, but let's check. Inside our production, I'm gonna go ahead and queue up 100 kelp crisps, and we're gonna hear when that starts to actually generate, because it's right above us. Oh, there we go, our kelp crisp is generating. Perfect, okay. We'll be able to eat soon. Should be ready any second. So kelp crisp, perfect. Let's go ahead and eat that, and that's gonna help us out a little bit. Our food's gonna start going up, but a kelp crisp only gives 12, so it's not gonna go up like crazy. But now that we have the ability to generate the food, I don't think we're gonna run into that problem again. This is still at 4 bars, good, just needed to check. And okay. Now I'm gonna fit a couple of ion thrusters here as well because I'd like to get them ideally in every direction. We do have ion thrusters. So I'm not sure where else to put them. Those are gonna be our ones facing back. We have a couple facing forward as well, although I could probably expand that by adding a couple here or something like that. But our ones facing forward are right here. We only have one actually. This one we can almost build if we had one more thruster component. Which, honestly, we might be able to build more thruster components because we have silver. I think we have silver at least. Yeah, we have 127 silver, which we could use. And then we also have a Prototech refinery with us. It's currently, I believe, attached to our grid. So we could use the Prototech refinery if we wanted to also. I could just take this and connect it into wherever the Prototech refinery's connection point is, which there's one right here. Let's see, is there another one maybe on this side or something over here? Right here, perfect. Okay, so that Prototech refinery connection right there, we could connect with this connection right here. And I think I'm gonna do that. Do you have anything in you? You do. So let me go ahead and transfer that to a cargo. And we'll go ahead and remove you. There we go, a nice little pipe that's gonna feed into this, and that should allow us to use our Prototech refinery to refine some stuff. Now, I believe our refinery on the manta ray, which exists, is currently turned off. But that's fine. So this one right here will be turned on. It should immediately spark to work. It's not, probably because you're not connected properly. I need to find, where's my tool? I need my multi-tool. Here we go. Multi-tool shows that, well, you're not connected, so you're not going to receive any ammo. But everything else should be connected here. I think, yeah. Probably the Prototech refinery is off. Yeah, that's what was happening. Okay, now the Prototech refinery is on. Oh, I hear it spin into life. Okay, what I wanted to do, yeah, I was gonna ask for it to do that stuff first. So the nice thing about the Prototech refinery is if we look at this, it's got a yield rate of 200% and a refine speed of 550%. Compared to the normal refinery, which has a refine speed of 130 and a yield rate of 100 and power efficiency of 100. This one has the same power efficiency, but it's gonna go a lot faster and it's gonna give us double the yield of a normal one. And I don't know if these have upgrade slots. They might not. They might just be like a you get what you pay for sort of deal. But it is going to be able to give us a bunch of stuff really quickly. Yeah, it's going to give us a lot of iron, which is going to help us rebuild. Okay, that's very nice. All right, guys. I think what's ended up happening here is we got absolutely destroyed at the trade HQ. I don't know what happened to our trade HQ. It's all the way over there. Something occurred at the trade HQ and now it seems to not be under our control, or at least there's a hostile ship floating around. I don't know what the case is, but we need to essentially, we're stranded right now. We need to get this ship built up with the help of our refinery and the assembler that we have on board. And we need to gear up. We need to get ice on this thing. We need to get ion thrusters on this thing. And we need to get all of our weapons charged and ready so that when we go back in there, we can actually fight this thing head on as a normal battle instead of, well, you know, what just happened, which was me attempting to like get inside it and you know, take it out. I was able to take out one thing at least, so that's good. But yeah, okay. Well, I think that's going to be the end of this one here. I really hope you enjoyed this. We're thrust into this situation, and I think we'll try and persevere as best as we can. Don't worry though, it's a minor setback. It'll be okay. All right. With that, if you enjoyed this one, please go ahead and give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. If you have any comments or suggestions for what you want to see in future episodes, or what you think we should do to this ship as we go and turn it into, I guess, a mobile base, or at least for the time being, a mobile base that's able to keep us, you know, fed and everything like that. Oh God, we have another one of these guys. He found us. Please put those down in the comments section below. If you're not subscribed yet and you're new, please go ahead and subscribe if you want notifications for when videos go live and stuff like that. And if you'd like to become our YouTube member or a patron, there are links below in the description where you can get your name in the end credits. You can get early access to videos, and you can even get a shout out at the end of the video in some cases. So the people we're going to shout out at the end of this one are going to be Queen Danny, Iron Helix, and Colin Graves. Thank you very much for your support, and thanks to everyone who's watching for your support as well. And with that, I will see you all in the next episode of Space Engineers Survival.